like to give you some examples. Means in our daily life, we use many substances in which magnet is used. For example, purses have magnetic latches, their wardrobe or table drawers have magnet inside them, so that means they are easy to handle. And also there are many materials or many appliances that we are using magnet. Even in the door of the fridge also we have the magnetic side. Then here I will explain you how magnet works. Before that I will give you some examples. Suppose if you are pulling something or pushing something, or suppose driver is changing the direction of the bus, means all these phenomenon we are applying force by touching the object. There are some cases in which there is no requirement of contact between them in the application of the force. Means for these examples we are applying force by contact, means by touching the object, or there is contact between the two objects while force is applied. But there are some cases, means there are many cases for which we need not to have a contact with object. For example, if you are throwing a ball, then ball will fall down. Apple falls down from the tree downward. There is no contact between earth, means earth is not actually touching the apple, but still apple is coming down towards the earth. Then also if you are taking one comb, you will rub that comb on your hairs and take it near to the pieces of the paper. So pieces of the paper will get attracted. So as you learned, this is the static electric force. So these are the cases in which there is no contact between the two objects, but still there is force. Similarly, we have one substance which attracts some materials towards a step, and that substance is actually magnet, and the property of attracting the object towards itself is the magnetic property here. Now, how the magnet was discovered? It is told that before 600 to 800 BC, the people staying in Magnesia, which lies in Asian Minor, have found one stone towards which iron get attracted. So the stone was found in Magnesia, so it was named as magnetite, and later on it was modified as magnet. So that we call magnet today. So in this way, this substance got its name as a magnet. Now there are many substances which are attracted towards the magnet apart from iron. So the two substances are cobalt and nickel. So these two substances are nickel and cobalt. So actually all the substances we can categorize into two different things. The substances which are attracted towards the magnet are known as magnetic substances, and the substances which remain unaffected towards the magnet are known as non-magnetic substances. So let us see. Magnetic substances are attracted towards the magnet. Or it may repel also if we are placing the poles in the opposite way. For example, iron, nickel and cobalt. Then non-magnetic substances, remains we have different kinds of magnets. You can see here. This is the bar magnet. This is the disc magnet. This is horseshoe magnet, and these are magnetic, means this type of needles are magnetic needles. So there are 4 different shapes of magnets which are available in the market. Now after this we will learn the properties of magnet, means we will learn more about magnet, how this magnet applies the force, means how the substances are attracted towards the magnet, how this happens, and there are some many more properties of magnets also that we will study. So now let us study the properties of magnets. To study the properties, we will perform some demonstration here. This is very simple. You have to take one bar magnet like this. Then tie one thread in the center of the bar magnet like this, and tie this, means you are hanging this and you will tie this to one wooden stand, suppose like this. So what you will do, just rotate or just disturb the position of the magnet and wait till it rests. So you will observe that if you will repeat this again and again, you will see that the magnet comes at the rest in a particular direction. Several times you can do this. So you will see that N pole, suppose this is the actual position, so you will see that N poles come to left side and S pole comes to right side. Means I'm just giving the example. So why this happened? Actually, the one end of the magnet is always pointed towards the north pole of the earth and another end is pointed towards the south pole of the earth. Hence, we name this as N and S, that is north pole and south pole. Means actually each magnet have 2 poles, north pole and south pole. So first property of the magnet that we learn here is coming to the rest in the north-south direction is the property of the magnet. So just we will write it. First property, in north-south direction when freely suspended. This is the first property of the magnet. Now let us perform the second activity to see what is the next property of the magnet. Now suppose you have a disc like this and you are taking iron fillings in this disc. Now put one bar magnet. What you will see, all these iron fillings will be concentrated or will get accumulated at the poles of the magnet. So we can see that the strength of the magnet is concentrated in its poles. So this is the second property. So let us write strength of the magnet is concentrated in its poles. Means these two terminal points N and S are the actually poles of the magnet. So you can see all the iron fillings are concentrated at the poles of the magnet. So this is the second property of the magnet. Now let us move towards the third property of the magnet. For that, similarly we have to perform the experiment which is demonstrated in the first property. A similar experiment we will perform here. In this case also, you have to take one magnet, bar magnet, tie one thread at the center and hang it to wooden stand like this. Now what you will do, you will take another bar magnet and try to get it closer to this magnet. Suppose this is your second bar magnet. Now what you will do, you have to perform this number of times. Means for our reference we will experience this. In the first case, you will do that, take end pole of the second magnet towards the end pole of the first magnet. That means we will take the north pole of the second magnet which we are holding to the north pole of the hanging magnet. So note down your observation. Now in the second case, you will do that, you have to bring the north pole of the second magnet towards the south pole of the hanging magnet. I am repeating, hold the bar magnet. Now take the north pole of the bar magnet which is in your hand towards the south pole of the hanging magnet. And again note down your observation. So what you will see, in the first case you will observe that the magnet will move, means it will get repelled, we will say here. In the first case we are bringing two north poles together, so you will see that repulsion is occurred here, and because of repulsion the hanging magnet will move, means it will try to change its position by rotation. And in the second case you will see that the two poles of the magnet, means south pole and north pole of the magnet, will get attached, means attraction is there. So these are the two properties of the magnet, means north pole means those are like poles. So actually the like poles repel each other and the unlike poles attract each other. these two are the next properties of the magnet. So let us write. Third property we have, like poles of magnet repel each other. And the next property, unlike poles, of magnet attract each other. So these are the four properties of magnet. There are much more, there are other properties also that we will study here. So now let us study the another property of the magnet. In this, you have to take one bar magnet, suppose like this. Definitely, it will have two poles, North Pole and South Pole. Now what you will do, you will cut this bar magnet from the center. So you will get two pieces of that magnet. Now what you have to do, now actually for the first bar magnet, we will hang that bar magnet freely by attaching this thread at the center, and we will note down its north and south pole. Now after cutting the magnet into two pieces, we will perform the same experiment. Means we will take each piece one by one. We will tie thread in the center of the bar magnet, and we will hang it freely to the stand like this, suppose. And you will observe that as the first property of the magnet that we had studied, this magnet, this is the piece of the magnet, will also show the same directional property. That means it will come to rest at north and south. For each piece you will perform the experiment. If you want, you can disturb or rotate the magnet and wait till it comes to the rest. You will see that the magnet comes to rest at north-south direction. So we get the two poles of the magnet again. So north-south and north-south. If you want, you can also cut these pieces again and perform the experiment. Keep on doing this. We'll observe that every time for every piece, magnet comes to the rest in the north-south direction. So this explains us that we cannot separate the two poles of the magnet. So this is the property. Our next, I guess, fifth property here. It is the two poles of the magnet cannot be separated. So this is the next property. Now after this, means in this way we have studied these properties of the magnet. Now let us see what are the uses of the magnet. In the initial part of the chapter I have mentioned some, but there are many uses. So let us see one by one. First use of the magnet, it is used in compass. So I will explain you what is compass. Actually, compass is the instrument, one circular disc type instrument in which magnetic needle is fixed. So when you open that compass, that magnetic needle, because of its magnetic property, come at the rest in the direction of.
Lot of students waste their precious time watching cartoons, movies, reality shows on TV. Then they waste their time on social networking sites. When the students sit to study, they are unable to concentrate to get your studies finished, and they get low marks in exams. Parents shell out tons of money from their pockets for coaching classes. But who knows what is taught in these classes? Teachers at times get bugged up when you ask them questions. YouTube has a lot of information but little of use. This is where Study Spectrum TV channel comes in picture. Every chapter explained by different teachers with different examples and repeat telecasts. We remember 20% of the audio ads we hear, 30% of the printed items we see. But we remember 70% of the audio visuals. That is why video teaching is a powerful medium to learn. After watching Study Spectrum TV channel, you get a peaceful sleep with no tensions and no worries. You devote less time towards your studies and you get better marks in your exams. Visit us on www.studyspectrum.com. Follow us on Facebook. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe for Study Spectrum TV channel and keep edifying.
So first use is, it is used as a compass, means compass is an instrument by using which you can detect the direction. When the magnet was not discovered, the sailors or the peoples used to verify the direction by tracing the star, the North Pole, means the star which lies in the North Pole, or in India the people used to detect the direction by using or by detecting the temple of God Shiva, means that Shivling, the symbol called Shivling was pointing towards the north. So in this way the people used to detect the direction. But nowadays compass is used to find out the direction. So compass is actually disc-like structure in which magnetic needle is suspended. So when we open that, the magnetic needles comes to the rest in the north-south direction. So by using that we can find the direction. In the second case, the pin holder is made up of the mouth of the pin holder is made up of the small circular magnet. I will show you. Suppose this is the pin holder having pins like this. When you want pin, you can rotate it and you will find that some pins are attached at the mouth of the pin holder because a small thin magnet is attached here, so that the needles stick on the mouth and we can you remove that easily. Otherwise it is very difficult to put your hand inside and take it because you can have the pinch of the pin. So in the third case, magnet is used in the doors of the cupboards. In the at the door, iron strip is applied and the remaining portion